Good evening, curling fans. Welcome to the championship final of the 2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles National Championship here in Wausau, Wisconsin. Well, we've got a great matchup for the final of the Mixed Doubles Championship. Chris PLYS, Vicky PERSINGER versus Madison Bear and Andrew STOPERA. I'm Joel Dietz in the broadcast booth, and over there in the athletes section is Dean Gemmel. How's it going, Dean?
It's going great, Joel. Thank you. And welcome, everyone, to the 2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles Nationals Final. Here in Wausau, Wisconsin. The bubble has made this possible, and we have gone from 32 teams down to 8 teams to 6 teams to 4 teams, and now we arrive at our final 2. I'm joined for this webcast once again by two-time national champion Rich Ruohonen. Hey, Rich.
How you doing, Dean?
Glad to have you along again. Rich competed in the event earlier, made the playoffs before being eliminated by Monica Walker and Alex Leichter. You'll also see Rich leading his team in men's play this upcoming week during the men's nationals and women's nationals that will be following this event. So we get started here. Andrew STOPERA, your teammate in the men's nationals, is on the ice. Chris PLYS, a former teammate of yours, is on the ice. And we've got Vicky PERSINGER, related to a former teammate of yours, Rich. And Madison Bear. I think that's the only connection I can't make, Rich.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I work out with 2 of her teammates every morning or 3 mornings a week. So yeah, apparently I know how to teach people how to curl, but I don't know how.
Oh, I don't know about that. But so it looks as though PERSINGER PLYS has the hammer in the first end, based on the last shot draws. Actually, all 4 draws I saw were pretty good. So it must have been by a tiny bit. So we'll start with Madison Bear is going to settle into the hack.
All right, lock it on.
I think it's going to be as up to speed as it was to practice. I don't see it being a ton faster than it was.
Okay, I agree. All right, make it good.
Yep.
These ones were coming down a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Always nice to get the first shot in any national championship out of the way.
Up all the way, Andrew.
Andrew's right on it right away.
Line's really good.
Quickly, if this is the first time you've joined us during this format for mixed doubles, different than traditional curling, if that's what you're accustomed to. Players that play in teams of 2 instead of teams of 4. Both teams will have 6 rocks, but 1 rock for each team is
25.
placed in play before the end begins. So each team delivers 5 rocks. One player will deliver the first rock and the 5th rock. The other player on these teams, it will be the men delivering 2, 3, and 4. There is a power play opportunity for each team once in the game, and we'll explain that as we move along.
Might be a little big.
So a little bit of a miss by Maddie there, coming up a little short here, and this is where you can get in trouble in a hurry if they wrap this to the top button. So that's what they're going to try to do now.
You got it. Stay on it. Stay on it.
Line looks good.
Stay on it. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, Chris doesn't have his mic on.
Got it?
So we have the players mic'd, except for Chris PLYS apparently has his off if you're tuning in just to hear Chris PLYS. But I think Rich and I can deduce what he says all the time anyways. Yeah.
Probably there right now.
All right.
It's close.
Line's good.
Don't want to go much.
Chris
Okay.
might have done it on
Getting better.
purpose because sometimes he
Okay,
has
we
a
can
tendency
still curl a little. It'll
Probably
go.
let
slow
a few
there.
fly, a few words fly
Ah,
that he
do you
doesn't
wanna
want on the
curl it?
broadcast.
Oh, I think he's matured though, Rich.
Let it
can,
check up a bit.
He does say dude
14-8.
quite a bit
Yep,
less
hard,
now
hard,
than what he
hard.
had in the past. So.
Fewer dudes, according to Joel Dietz. But yeah.
Yep, nice throw though.
So after Vicky Persinger leaves her rock a little short. Andrew
Just bounce
STOPERA
over.
gets a
What's that?
little deeper again.
Yeah, it's not the worst. Is that what you like? Could chip open, but you're going to give him the same draw again.
I'm not super in love with that
Okay.
setup.
So Chris, not super in love with the setup, electing to sort of blow it up here, isn't he, Rich?
Yeah, he's going to throw some weight here and try to clear things up a little bit. So that really curled on him. That, you know, and I mentioned that in the last game, we had that same
Probably
thing
just a little
in
tap.
the first end.
Better we
you're-
throw a
when
guard
you're-
and just wait.
When you're throwing the draws to the middle all during
kinda
practice
like
and you have to
this.
throw that one down the
just
center,
wonder
it's
if we
fresh
wait a
ice and
shot.
it just
Okay,
carves
that's
like
fine.
that one did. That got away from him there.
Put one more up.
Yeah, he missed that by half a rock, which is unusual for a player of his ability.
It just seems to really go because it's kind of catching some fresh pebble there, and they move early.
So Andrew STOPERA skipped
Nice
teams
and
to
tight right
3
now.
consecutive
Not bad.
U.S. junior titles. And now
good.
he will
Halfway
see him
close.
this week playing third with my broadcasting
Well,
counterpart here, Rich
Yeah,
Roonan.
easy. It's really over curling here.
Yeah, this is going on him too. He was trying to throw the guard back, but
Okay.
it's all right. A little
fine.
high, but it'll work.
Yeah, they discussed the tap. Andrew preferred the guard. Suggested that they could make them
you want a
waste one more. See what Chris suggests here.
Yeah, that's PO, right? Okay.
I think Chris is going to try the skinny double here, or the one he can see just over half of. See if he can get close to half and get both of them out of there.
Yeah, the slash double. It looks like he has to hit
Nice.
almost all that he can see, right? To
Yep.
not sort of
Yeah.
nut it over on the other one.
I think so. He's going to have to hit most of what he can see. Chris is firing this one.
Yeah, that rock is moving. It's close.
Okay.
Stuffed it,
Better.
but it is a better situation, I think. I think it was hard not to stuff that one, actually. I mean, I guess he could have come up another inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could have made that. He
I like
he
it,
got
though.
by that other one by probably 2-3 inches, but it was still a pretty
Yeah,
good
just
shot.
hair.
It's in a lot
It
better
will curl
situation
here.
now.
It'll move.
It's that or we play the in and just bump it and roll in a hair, but
No, I like this.
okay.
I like trying to cross it a bit. I gave you here for your last one.
Even if Andrew
does
makes
this close.
this good, they're gonna have a slash
Definitely wanna
into it
cross
if
it
he
if we
freezes
can.
it. I think they might want to just try to get this closer to, you know, side by side almost, maybe.
Yeah, that's one thing they have discussed here is trying to cross over so they're actually freezing on the other side of it.
Real there right
Try
now.
to get a little bit under.
Well then.
Want to kind of let it stop.
He didn't seem to like this right away. Kind of made a wince look. I think he's a little heavy.
The wince is never good out
No.
in the release.
Sit.
Looks like he's just a bit strong.
Sorry, man.
All right.
Yeah, even
Even if we roll, show a piece.
nose isn't the end of the world. You can always run flash it if they get one in
Yeah.
there.
So Chris could roll under here and make life
I like going for
difficult
the roll.
I just have no
for
idea.
Madison Bear on her last.
I like throwing forward.
Yeah, if he makes a little hack weight hit and roll,
A
they're gonna
little
be in
bit
some trouble here.
Unsure of.
Yeah, she's going to be
it will
hard
curl.
pressed to put the rock in a place where it can't be removed for a 3.
Kind of similar to the last shoot we were on.
Yeah, I'm thinking like middle 8.
I think so. I think it will be a little stiff.
Imagine a broom in the middle of the 8-foot. That's where Chris is aiming.
Yep. Look.
Hard!
Sounds like it's tight to the guard.
Looks like
Tight
a
to the
really
high
good
red.
one.
Looks might be really good though.
Good shot.
Really nice shot there by Chris.
Just try to get as close to nose as you can.
Freeze is still available for
Oh,
Madison.
no, it's hard to. Yeah. take it
Still
back.
just for probably 2 max.
Yeah, just lock it under the button.
So
Squeeze
Matt, he's
nice
just
again.
got to
making
come back to that
14,
back one and
7,
freeze to it.
close.
Get as close to nose as you can on it, and she
Nothing crazy. It'll finish
two
late,
two might still be in play, but I don't know. That one rolled just enough where it's almost it's gonna be pretty tough to run that back in.
Yeah, it was sort of the in-between
Yeah.
roll, right? If they roll a little bit, you would have liked a little bit more of a roll. She doesn't have to make this freeze perfect to take away the 3 either.
Yeah, she just has to get back to it, and it makes that a little tougher.
Close. Might have to go here.
So Madison
Okay, close, a
Bear
little heavy
from
out of hand, but it
Partyville,
looks good.
Wisconsin.
I think it's really
I guess
close.
it's Pardyville, not
close for line.
Partyville.
Yeah, it is.
Close.
With a D.
With a
It's real
D.
close.
I think she now makes her home in Fargo, North Dakota.
You can curl it. Whoa, straight.
Andrew Stopera really working this one hard.
Throw, it's my fault.
Ooh, just short. So they're gonna have a free draw for 3 here. Gonna have to touch.
Draw for 3. It almost looks like they could come to the back yellow and be third shot. It's close.
Just
Yeah, they
outside
can.
middle 12.
For sure. Just comes right to that back one. That's 3.
What do you have on hers?
Hers,
Yeah.
15-2.
Okay. I had 15-3, but I thought it was a smidge early. So.
So free draw for Vicky Persinger to get 3 points on the board in the first end.
I'm gonna shoot for like a 90.
I like that, yeah.
Vicky said throw a 390, so that's from the back line to the hog.
Just gonna check
I like
his
the
block.
split.
Up there. Lots of rotation.
How's line?
It's fine.
Lots of rotation, so they're
Line's
expecting it
always
to
fine.
travel a little further with that.
Getting tighter. Yep. Oh, wait only.
Still looks like a lot of room.
Still there. How's line?
It's fine. Line's fine.
It's going to be right on the back one.
Comes to the back one, it should be 3.
Good job, Vic.
So, a good start for Persinger PLYS. We'll see how this young team of Bear and Stopera rallies from giving up 3 in the first end. After the break, we go to the second end with Persinger PLYS ahead 3-0.
Do you have questions about championships, courses, or other USA curling events? Do you want information about club development? Members and emerging clubs are encouraged to contact the national office toll-free at 888-CURLERS or through email at info@usacurl.org with questions or requests.
We're back with second end action here at the 2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles Nationals. This is the championship game. Vicky Persinger and Chris PLYS off to a hot start. They grabbed a 3-ender to begin. We'll have to see how young Madison Bear and Andrew Stopera rally from this. Stopera and Bear haven't lost a game through the whole event. I'm not even sure how much they've been down,
We're
Rich.
not there right now. Line looks good, eh?
I don't think they've been down much. They've pretty much controlled most of their games.
Still there.
They didn't even have that many close ones, frankly. I don't think so. They we'll see what they can do now.
Yeah,
They're going to have to bear down and try to get a little bit, get a couple points here and just get back into it.
Of course, in this format, 7 ends of curling left. A lot of curling, a lot of points available.
Turn a lot better.
Okay, intern, top 4.
We've certainly
Just
seen
try
a
to
lot of
bump it a
crooked
foot.
numbers during the
Okay,
mixed
so we
doubles.
can get to the side of it.
Like just in front of the tee line, pretty much.
Okay.
You can bump it a foot back. It's really nice. 2 feet back. Freeze
Do
it.
you like
it's
the
okay.
edge of 8 about?
Yeah, this is one where you just got to make sure you score here
Running
too.
similar
You know,
to
even
what
if
it
it's
was earlier.
one, you just don't want to give up another like a steal here.
That's a great point. That's something that newer curlers can learn in traditional curling as well. Is you really want to,
Really close for weight.
no matter what, you
There
don't
we
want to let
go,
this
but
get
not
away
bad.
from you early here.
Okay, line's really
Sometimes
good. Stay
scoring
close.
is
Yep.
definitely something you need to do.
Back 4, back 8.
Whoa, then.
Andrew saying back 4, back
Well then.
8. Madison calling him off.
Curl, curl. Straight, straight.
Line looks pretty good here.
fooled a little bit by that late finish, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, just curl. It would have been nice to sweep that just a little bit more, but it's still a good shot.
Ended up being a touch lighter than they thought at one point, but yeah, still a pretty good start.
What's that?
What do you have there?
14-3.
Okay. So I think like an 85 for me.
So you guys are probably hearing them talk about 14-3, and that's the time it takes from hog to hog for those of you who are new to curling. And that gives you a good idea how hard you got to throw it. And if the ice is picking up, you got to really measure those early. Keep taking times because this ice can get super fast.
And teams at this level will use the times, hog to hog time and the time from back line to hog. Some teams are more partial to one than the other, but those are the two times you'll hear most. What do you get on that, Rich?
14-4 I got.
14-4, just a T line. It's about what we saw all week, I think, right?
Yeah, it depended. It could get up to 15, but generally it's 14-5 to 14-9, somewhere in there. Couple games were really quick. Like we had one that we were getting high 15s. So with a little bit of sweep.
So for any arena ice curlers listening out there, that's something you can think about and prompt you to want to get dedicated ice, because I doubt many people playing on skating ice are getting 14-5 or 15-5.
Yeah, it
Lots of late finish, right?
Yeah, there is a lot of finish here. So the rock's really moving today.
It almost looks, to be honest, even more than in the semifinal games we saw, at least late.
But the problem is we got to make sure we kill this one.
Great.
I like board.
Yeah.
I like that sure board you threw last end.
Yeah. You know, like edge of four.
Pretty much every rock thrown this end is over curled a
I would
little
even
bit.
say it
Yeah,
took more.
and in the last end as well. So
I would say more.
I think Chris is trying like a solid board here. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I think he said board weight. Try to move he's going to try to get that top one off. Top yellow just kind of off the other yellow and sit there.
I think with the way it's moving, he thinks with board he can get pretty close to nose of it.
Well,
I didn't get a time on this, but usually board's about 11.5 seconds, so you can tell the difference between that and a draw that is 14.5 seconds or 15.
Whoa, easy, easy.
There
Really
it is.
good
He
shot.
did get to nose.
Oh, sorry.
Really good shot by Chris there, though.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, it's a pretty good result for them.
Like an inch high with the out turn, I think.
This is
Okay.
That's better than
a little bit
trying to
like
hit
the
ball
last
off
game
that
when
one, right? I
Stopera
think so.
and
Yeah,
Bear
for now.
defeated
Nice in that.
Bercheski
This is it.
and
less
Richardson.
ice.
Ben Richardson early was throwing a lot of runbacks. We see Andrew Stopera forced a run back right off the hop here.
He could make this really good.
Yep.
If he just gets it nose on that one in the house and doubles those two out
Get
that are in the line.
Get going.
Got to come up a bit.
Great
Nice
shot.
Really good. Just came
Really
up
good,
at the end enough. Rearranges everything.
And now if you're Vicky and Chris, you got to be a little bit nervous here.
Pretty good.
They're late. They got second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
And you need to make a good shot here to make sure you don't give up a bunch.
Don't know, we could have done a ton better.
No, that was.
Great shot by Andrew there.
Yeah, those runbacks and mixed doubles, as you mentioned
normal?
earlier, they're really all or nothing, and you don't have much time to come back
Yeah.
if you miss it.
I mean, I love the double if we can.
So
Even if you nose it,
with
they're
only
gonna
5
double and
throwing
we'll have
rocks.
a double back.
it's hard to get
Yeah,
out
like
of the glue
3/4
once you're in the glue.
Yes.
And the important part is he made it on his second shot.
Yes.
You know, so he has another shot now to get another double potentially.
It really feels like if you can if you throw a good run back on your second shot in
Gotta
that middle
go.
position, it's all right. But if you're throwing it on your third shot, it's usually not very productive.
Okay.
No, it's not very good. And again, another rock that over curled. So I think it's really moving out there.
I think you're gonna give her a double one way or the other. Either
Both
way.
teams need to take a little bit more ice.
It did get colder here today.
She might
So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
it dropped 15 or 20
I
degrees
actually
since
think
this
that's
morning.
pretty good.
Right.
Though. I mean,
It's now like 55 degrees
roll
out,
it
and I think this
even,
morning
like,
it was around
if we're
73.
dead even though,
yeah, we
like,
went from
we might have a triple.
Hawaii-like humidity
do you ever like
to
to try to just over it a little bit more?
definitely
Yeah,
cooler.
I just worry that we leave them a double and they can kind of spin up and be buried and we don't have a shot for 2, but I think we have to roll it that way.
Yeah, I like it. What weight are you seeing?
So
Control?
Chris, when he rolled out there, he left the door open
yeah,
here,
that's
and
fine.
they can get 3 back here. Andrew's trying to figure out where he should roll to so there's no triple. And I think they decided they want to roll a little bit to Maddie's left.
Yep. I think there's 2 things that if he rolls there, there could be a double if he doesn't roll in the right
Weight's
spot. Pretty
Okay,
easy.
close.
There's also he doesn't want to leave their
Yep.
Vicky on her last to roll into a pocket of sorts.
I want it to curl up.
Again, over curled again a little bit on him.
It did.
But I don't think
Yeah,
there's a
just make
triple
sure we
there
get this
now.
double.
So
I don't care about the.
Do you hate the intern?
I don't love the intern.
Go out.
I mean, you hit like half or less.
Like here with normal.
I mean, I think throw peel. Just kill the double.
Okay,
They're just gonna give him an open hit anyways.
that's true.
yeah, it was a good point when Vicky just said just normal. Chris is like, no, fire this thing. And here's where we see sometimes I'd be tempted to more play the intern, to be honest.
This one's so easy,
But
I don't need
just
to
because you
center
throw it down
line.
the middle here in the second end and the first end, and often you'll see this
gotta be
way
close.
over curl. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean the out turn looks like the natural turn, but I think you're correct. If you're considering the ice conditions, you might play the in turn here. See what happens. But now Andrew's curled quite a bit here. We'll see what this does. Hard out of her hand.
Right up.
This is already curling, but
Hard.
I don't think she.
Hard.
Oh, she's close. Good shot. And
Just
I think it
held it.
helped too that Andrew had just thrown down that path too. That
True enough.
That didn't hurt.
Careful that once we
Twice
we
he
were
threw down that
crossing center
pass.
line
So,
before, and now we're not.
Right.
but really good shot by
Still was
Vicky
over
there to
here,
hold
though,
him
and
to
he
2
wasn't crossing it,
potentially,
so-
assuming Maddie makes this hit and stick here.
Andrew talking through the center line area with his teammate Madison,
He threw a 10-3.
looking to hit and stick to score 2.
Just control. I like it. Don't need to overthrow it. Good straight for you.
I like it.
Seems like they're running nice. Throw good.
So I think they're talking about 10.5 seconds here, which is our like normal. It's like control weight.
Maybe a touch big.
Andrew thinks it's a touch
Clean.
big, which probably would serve them well the way this ice is moving.
Yes, would agree.
And it's moving.
It is moving hard. She's got about
Is he
10.
gonna hold it? I think
11
he is.
second
Just
wait.
yes.
Good shot.
So STOPERA will pick up 2, narrow the lead here to 3-2 for Persinger PLYS. When we come back, it will be 3-2 Persinger PLYS, and they will carry the hammer into the third end.
Oh, great. The show's starting.
Come on, just trust me. Oh, trust you, like with the dollar oysters.
I don't think those were oysters.
You survived, so.
Wait, we can't go that way.
Watch this. They'll think we're VIP. Wow, he does think we're VIP. And backstage. Trust me now?
I never doubted you. I did for a second, but it's gone now. I trust you.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota. Let's go places.
And we're back here at the 2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles National Championship game. It's the start of the third end, which means it's time for Price Atkinson and a price check.
Mr. Gemmel, while you have been bringing the incredible commentary from start of the mixed doubles event, until now, I think I want to bring our viewers in, let them know what a foodie connoisseur you are. Not many guys I know that could polish off a burger, fries, and a huge thing of cheese curds literally minutes before going on the air. But you have done it. But you educated us as a New York, New Jersey pizza guy, which I am too. I love that kind of pizza. That's my style. You educated us the other night why tater tot pizza is the biggest faux pas in the book, and I'll let you share with our viewers and everybody watching at home why. But I was very impressed by the meal we just had, but especially your background and knowledge of pizza and the fact that we share a common love, the Star Tavern in East Orange, New Jersey.
Yeah, shout out. Thank you, Price. I skipped the fries earlier, though, Price. I just had the curds. But the tater tot pizza, really an abomination of the craft. And I'm a huge fan of the Star Tavern, East Orange, New Jersey. I'll give them a shout out. Not that it'll be worth a whole lot, but if you are in the area, hit them up. We're back here in the third end, and it is 3-2 Persinger PLYS. They're carrying the hammer into this end.
Hard right up, yep.
And Maddie made a good one here, and Vicky's trying to freeze to her.
It's good.
And it's not bad, a little tap.
Yeah, sometimes that rearranging is pretty good, right? Loosen up the scoring area a little bit.
Yeah, I never mind that one as long as you don't roll. If she rolls another 6 inches, it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But just rolling a couple inches there isn't too bad.
We mentioned the power play earlier. So the power play in mixed doubles, each team gets an end when they have last rock. Instead of setting up a centerline guard and one behind in the back of the forefoot, they can set up a corner guard with a stone behind that. We will probably see both teams use that at least once, sometimes offensively, sometimes defensively, with a lead to ensure that they score at least one.
And he just squeaked by the guard.
He really did, and out the other side.
Yep, I think we're seeing both teams are getting a little trapped by how much it's curling. I got a 14.95 on that one with some sweeping right to the top four. So
14.95 hog to hog, so it's faster than it has been. And from our perspective here, it certainly looks like it's curling more than it has been.
Yeah, which means that it's probably even feeling a little faster because it's curling so much too. So
we've seen multiple rocks now curl out the other side. We haven't seen I don't think we've seen a single miss or half shot with where it didn't curl like they were expecting it to. Rich, I haven't had a chance to ask you much about your life in the bubble here so far. You've been here for mixed doubles. You'll be here next week for the men's nationals. How has it gone?
Yeah, it's not too bad. The food's been great. I really like what they did with the food because that's always a worry when you're just kind of stuck eating whatever is given. So that's been great, and it's been. I think the whole organization did a great job putting this all together and making it so we could play. And there's some rules you got to follow and some temperature checks and things like that. But I think it's been really well run so far.
Yeah, a lot of great effort went into making this happen. And as I mentioned in an earlier webcast, some people might say, well, why bother holding the national championships at this point? But there are Olympic trial spots on the line that had to be sorted out. So. And frankly, our top players need at least some kind of serious competition this year. So I think it's a credit to the organization that they took this on and, have made it work. It's not easy. I'm in the bubble. We're in the green zone bubble. There's the green and red zones, but it seems to be going pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's going real well. And the ice has been fantastic. The ice makers are doing a great job. So everything's going well so far.
So Andrew's going to try, I think, to get to the nose of that red.
Yeah, I think he talked about like heavy hack kind of and just try to get to the nose, make that double, or at least not maybe all the way out of the house, but move those two. So there'll be one, he'll be frozen on that red one with two yellows sitting there, and that's a good situation for them.
Yeah. He should be lying shot with that one at the back.
It's a hair heavy.
Okay, that's okay.
That's close.
Line's really
Just
good.
Through.
Line's
Just
really
through,
good.
back line,
Close.
weight.
Yep. Whoa.
Looks really good here.
It does.
He's got enough weight. Really good shot there.
Yeah, I'm starting to think throwing a little more weight out of your hand is going to serve you well in this game.
Yes.
I'm not liking all this.
gotta get out. Make sure we score.
Out.
Yeah.
So what Chris means by we got to get out, that means he's gonna bail and try to run this back in here and blow up the house.
Good.
Bit less.
So Annie's bailing on his second shot at the end,
I'm gonna throw it hard.
which I'd like to hear the analytics on that at some point. What happens if you bail on the second versus the third, I think, is always too late.
Yep.
And the first is
right.
too early. Looks like he's going to get some action, that's for sure.
Yeah, he blew up the house all right. That was 6.3 on that.
And rocks went everywhere.
Yep. And you know what? You might think, wow, he left two yellows, but it's in a way better situation right now.
Dramatically improved here.
No guard up front, just 2 yellows in the house. And like Chris said to Vicky, we just got to make sure we score.
Yeah, he wants to make sure she has a shot to at least score 1.
Top 8's done.
You want to play the same turn?
Whatever you think you know best. We just don't want to cross center too much.
Nope.
Interesting with Bear Stopera, Andrew
both
does
sides here, plenty.
almost 100% of the brushing. And usually Madison holds a stick for him.
Yep. She does hold the broom, and she comes up and helps sweep her own sometime with Andrew. But yeah, he does all the brushing. That's how Jamie and I did it too. And you know, Maddie's a skip, and so is Jamie, and they can call the game from down there, and you can trust them. You know that they know what shot's the right one. You come down when you need to, but they do a good job of letting you know, and it saves you time too. Because there are some people out there that aren't skips, you know, playing
True enough.
some of the ladies and guys, you know, and it takes a little bit more.
Go ahead.
They got to try to figure out what the shot is, and it's maybe not quite as natural.
Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving.
Yeah, I would say the typical thing we saw with most teams was both players would ask if they wanted to stick someone in the rings holding the broom, or if they wanted a sweeper next to them as they threw it. So here we see Vicky Persinger. She's going to come down. Chris PLYS doesn't seem to need a stick all that much, so he throws without one usually. Except on peels. Everybody seems to like it on peels.
And of course, Vicky's a front-end player, so she can sweep.
Yes,
pretty
exactly.
good. So, kind of helps. Plus, Chris is a little lazy, so you know he'd much rather have Vicky sweep for him.
He's also not 22 or 23 either, so. Odd to think of Chris PLYS as now a veteran, but I think he is.
Yeah, he is. He's an old guy now.
Hard! Hard, Vicky! Hard, come on!
Hit and roll just a bit too far. That was a Wayne Middaugh style hard. Did you hear that, Rich?
Yeah.
Hard!
Yeah. He wanted to roll to the back and still be shot, and so that's why he's a little disappointed. Now they can come around right to the button and show if they can get like a quarter under.
Yeah.
They can't hit it either because they'll jam it and roll off potentially. So
If they can do a small Christmas tree here, would be pretty nice.
the only thing you cannot do here is leave a double on those yellows. Like if you come up short and kind of corner your own, you're giving up a 3. So even if you come to the back one, you know, come a little back 4 even, it's at least you're not giving, you know, you got your force and you're happy. But they could steal one here. They just get it half around to the button, and it's going to be a tough shot for Vicky.
You know, I'm sure she's trying to make this one. I mean, they'd love to get half tucked and front of the tee line. Make it really difficult for Vicky Persinger here.
Okay, it felt there, but it looks close. It's coming down a little. Yep.
Line only.
Yeah, line.
Andrew seems to think the weight is there. The amount of curl she's yelling hard line has still got miles to go.
Looks pretty good if they get it there. It's got to get it by that one.
Hitting it hard.
Okay, good shot.
Great sweep. Great sweep by Andrew.
That's the benefit of the weight room for Andrew Stopera right there.
Yeah, he's been working hard. You couldn't have really placed that much better. Maybe an inch more curl or 2.
I mean, an inch higher.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good.
So this is going to be a tough shot. I think the safe play might be just to to draw down and just freeze on that. Play it just straight, like you're just gonna play the freeze on the yellow one that's on the button, because if you try to hit it or move it and you roll off, you're giving up 2.
Yeah, I think conceding one here is not a bad option.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just keep it off the center line, right? Keep it off like 2 inches of the center line.
They may have even discussed just picking this one.
Thing is it could jam too, so you have to get a big chunk of it. So I think let's see what she's trying to do here.
No.
Yeah.
I got all there.
Okay, Chris is thinking it's a little heavy.
Close to the line, yep. Yep! Hard! 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 You got it! Go, go,
Close
go!
to making
go,
it.
Go, 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 go,
Great shot.
Great shot.
Great shot, bro.
Good sweep.
Really a terrific throw. So that will be a score of 1 for Persinger Plaza. Great. Definitely the best end of curling we've seen here tonight too. So great curling by both teams. We will head to the fourth end with Persinger PLYS holding a 4-2 lead.
USA Curling provides brochures, directories, and in-ice logos at no cost to all member clubs. These materials can be ordered online for free at any time of the year. Click the membership materials link in the clubs section of the website for more information.
And we're back with the fourth end at the 2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles Nationals. We're in the championship game. Vicky Persinger and Chris PLYS versus Madison Bear and Andrew Stopera. Persinger PLYS holding a 4-2 lead. This is the opening shot of the end from Vicky Persinger, who just made one of the best shots I've seen.
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot. You can't underestimate that shot. I mean, you had to just get by and have it with enough weight. If you hit it thin or you tick that top one, you're giving up 2 all day. So that was a fantastic shot. Very well played end by both teams in that.
Yeah, lots of good shot making there, and I mean, Madison Bear's shot was really good, and it was answered.
Like the in again?
It's another one over curling.
It's only biting the forefoot, so if we do freeze, I think we need to move it.
Yeah, I like freezing, or I'm sorry, I like moving it.
If not, you could play the out turn draw, but
Well, I had the same shot going the other way,
I like
so.
this better.
Me too.
It's just biting the force.
So you can see another one came out the other side again.
Yeah.
So they just need to take a little more ice, and it seems to be happening more on the even ends coming home. So where they're really coming out the other side. So.
You're there right now. T-line back.
Both of these teams, you know, if you're looking for, if you're at home thinking about your own mixed doubles league, I think the way both of these teams communicate is a good lesson for developing players. Lots of good conversations.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Okay.
So they planned beat it. It was hanging out, so Andrew went on it and they tried to bump it open across the face of their other one. So little out there and probably a little heavy, but they were trying to just move it a little bit.
So. Are we trying to freeze it?
One of those shots too in mixed doubles where it's not the worst miss.
No.
It's sort of a, you know, like we were speaking in the earlier game, you have to get used to missing a few shots, and sometimes a half shot is not especially punishing.
No, that was not terrible by any means. What the result wasn't bad at all. So.
A little heavy. Can we grab?
How heavy? We're really trying. It's gonna have to curl. No, actually, lines. Yep, a little bit. That's good.
Wow, that one went absolutely sideways at the end. The last 3 or 4 feet. It
Probably
was
just get to
going
the inside
sideways.
of it.
Can we ever
Originally,
do
they were
anything good
thinking
off
about
the other
playing
end?
off that yellow,
Right.
and then it
You'll
just
catch a little
went.
bit, but you'll just bump it kind of into ours. Not quite.
Yeah, as we
but-
watch these rocks come
You
in,
want to
and
take a
they're
look at
yelling,
it?
Yeah.
Andrew's going to come down and look at this. We'll hear this conversation.
Try
You
to
could
get
definitely bump it forward, but just not a whole.
low. I don't mind trying to get low. We can't really, because then they'll just play the double off. Like if we make this will be higher, and they'll just make that.
Right.
I think. Don't really know what we do otherwise, though.
Do we ever lock one on just here?
It's not bad.
I don't think that's
They
bad at
still
all.
could play that double back.
I don't think
if
that's a
it's
good
not
call,
absolutely
Maddie.
perfect.
They can still
Kinda
play
like
that
here.
double.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Rich not a fan of this call, but they've elected to play it. Yeah, so you're right on that side. The double is still available.
I think if they freeze on that, it'll be a little low, but I mean this rock will be a little higher, but I think Chris can throw it hard enough where it goes straight sideways.
We do over curl and we move that rock a little bit. It should be a good enough line that
Yeah, I
the
agree.
double jams. Might have to go a little bit. It's close though.
Line's really close.
Top 4 T.
Hey, easy then.
T.
Got to curl up just a hair. It'll go though.
It's all there.
Close.
Getting better.
Yep.
Now it's really going to bust.
Oh.
All right.
It's a good throw.
I think you're going to see a missile here.
I mean, if he hits it thin, he might get it off his own red.
Just hold the broom.
Out.
Out turn.
So
Actually,
this was kind of
So
my
the in turn.
concern.
Okay.
Yep.
yeah.
The double's there now, and if he makes this, he's going to be sitting in a really good position.
It's like 3/4.
Laying 3 in the 4-foot,
Yeah.
all in front of the yellow.
Do you like this broom?
Yeah.
So he's saying he wants to hit 3/4 of the stone,
Yep.
throwing the out turn.
And he doesn't have to knock it all the way out of the house. I mean, he can just move it. He just needs to move it. Chris is firing this one.
Throwing the in turn.
He's a little thin on it. I think he said, uh-oh.
Shot.
But it still went easy.
Because, thin, he could always make it just the way he did, right?
Yep.
So
And he got Andrew and Maddie got a little fortunate that he bumped that red one after he hit. It just touched that red
Yep.
one back to the back yellow, and now they got a double right back.
So they do have some room in here too. So
And they're just going to play a little hit and try to flop in that hole.
Yeah.
Maybe a tiny bit less.
this is Andrew Stopera's second stone of the end.
A lot of rocks left to come.
A lot of rocks in mixed doubles parlance.
Yes.
Line's good. Close. Oh, curl.
Trying
Keep it
to
moving,
work
keep
it
it moving.
over. It will finish hard, I think, but it's got to finish a little bit more.
Didn't quite get there.
Ended up nose.
I think you're going to see another double here.
I think the nose or the double, either one is pretty good.
Okay.
I think we just play it softer and just try to play it to the nose. Like if we nose it, we're in great shape, right?
What's that?
Nose is really good.
I think Chris is right. The nose is better than
Yeah,
sort of
very
a
side-
slash and rolling
yeah,
away,
side.
making the double.
I got a 12 on his.
Okay.
I don't think dead nose makes the double, but I think it's a better
This is
shot.
hard.
That's
Yeah, I
solid
think it
forward.
probably is.
I'm thinking like
You can,
just outside
even if you
the floor.
rolled a little,
Yeah.
and you could bump your red one that's on the top right of the screen right now. Just bump it over an inch or two, and be right under and set that line up better.
Whoa!
Sounds like he's not narrow.
Close.
Now
Close.
it's close.
Curl.
Trying to work it over a little bit more.
Curl.
Very close
That's
to
good.
nose.
Good.
It's a really
There's
good
the
shot.
nose hit. Yes, and
Throw. Hard.
let's hear what they have to think, what this young team thinks about this situation.
Or we play this one thick.
Kind of like this one if you do, but
I just we're probably touching this, and now
Yeah.
we don't necessarily.
Yeah,
touch
that's
it.
true too.
That was my
I think Andrew's right. If you play the double on
Try
the
to
right,
miss it.
you probably are going to drag it a little bit into your yellow, and you might lose all
Make it
three.
Yeah, I don't even know if I even. Yeah, like this.
That was quickly from, I don't even think I know if I have an eye like this.
Yeah, so he's going to try to make the slash double here and leave his yellow
Like
in the back
a hair
of the floor.
more.
So he needs about, it's probably half the rock to make this shot.
I'm not
But
sure
you
you
don't
can
want to
s-
jam it. You want to just spin it out. It should spin hard off as long as it's not too thin.
I'm not sure you can see much more than half from his last comment. Oh, you can
Uh-oh.
from the
Higher
half.
in the red.
There you go.
Spilled
Beautiful
it over
shot.
top.
Great shot.
Nice throw.
Hope he can make those later in the week.
You're hoping he has a few of those for you. Playing third for you in the men's nationals starting on Tuesday.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I don't
one.
hate it. I
think
just like
this
if you
is
make
kinda tough.
contact here, they're forced. That's really good for us. Like, it just, I think if we tap it, they might, is there a double for two possibly? Like a cute double, like board? Like there might be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Chris is concerned
Are you cool
that
with
if
that?
they
Like you
bump
like
the
board, or-
yellow and separate it, that there might be
And
like
just-
just a
yeah,
soft weight
just
double with the intern
nut it
back
on.
for two.
Yeah, and you might not even have to
Yeah, I
move
think
them out of the
just, like,
ring.
just outside
move
edge
them
of
far
floor,
enough.
I think.
right?
Yeah.
Do you like that, or you like a little bit more?
He's trying to prevent the deuce, and they're trying to take a deuce on him.
That's the old, the old prevent a deuce, take a deuce.
How is it?
Hard. Really hard. Come on, you got it. Hard.
Tight for line here. Do not want to rub that front guard. I think they're by. Oh, it actually grazed it and pushed it just far enough off.
You know, I'm kind of surprised they played that rather than just wrap the other way, because even though that double was going to be there, maybe it was pretty tough.
Yeah,
you
I'd
know?
agree with that. Pretty tough
Do it
to.
a couple
Yeah, I
shots
think
ago,
the
or I
wrap
played
with
the-
the outturn would have been
I think
a
it's running
pretty
just as
good
good.
call.
And if they bumped
I
it
think
an
so,
inch,
too.
they would have been 1-2. If they weren't already, it didn't seem like they were. They wouldn't have played this shot maybe. But I kind of just like the
Oh, good. Make sure
you know,
you get
tapping
twice,
that
get
yellow,
by that
coming
one,
back,
too.
freeze into
I
that,
agree.
or maybe tapping it a little.
So now if Madison Bear can draw a full 4-foot, Bear Stopera will score 2 and tie the game at the break. She put her LSD shot on just about on the lid, so
We're there right
she
now.
needs to find that again.
I'll let the weight come off there.
Yeah. So if you're right off these, sometimes it'll
Felt good.
slow down, and then you can start
Line's
sweeping.
great.
I can't go much.
Close. You're fine. You're fine. Close.
It's really
yep.
good.
Does look good. Well swept, well judged. Score of 2 for Bear Stopera. So we head to the 4th end much as we started the game, tied up. And we'll start the 5th end with Persinger PLYS carrying last rock. We're going to go to our 4th end break here, where Monica Walker from Team Jamie Sinclair is joining Price Atkinson.
I don't think there's really one moment that starts a comeback. We have the ability to overcome anything as long as we're surrounded by the right people.
I need a good group of people to trust to work on my body.
I'll be back and I'll be stronger than ever.
I go, who are you? He goes, I'm the guy that's going to save your life.
Comebacks imply returning to where you once were. I want to go where I've never been.
All right, now let's send it over to Price for the 4th end break.
Thanks, Joel. Here with Monica Walker, the outstanding Monica Walker, who is back in curling. It's something that gets me very excited that she's back on the ice. And Monica's back. She has been working on something off the ice, curling related, and that's why we have Monica here with us, and she's going to tell us all about it. But, last summer, certainly the George Floyd situation that unfolded in downtown Minneapolis is something that every American, you couldn't turn an eye to if you wanted to, and it's something that woke a lot of people up, but especially our country, to some things that are going on in local communities around the country, and not just in local communities, in sports too, and curling being one of them. And that was kind of set the stage, Monica, to talk about the initiative you guys have started, the Global Initiative for DEI in Curling. Tell everybody how the George Floyd situation, everything that unfolded, the riots, obviously the tragedy, how that set the stage and really kind of was an impetus to get going on something that you've been passionate about for a while.
Yeah, Price. So this is something I'm very passionate about. I was working for Goldline at the time of George Floyd's death last summer, and we did a series on Instagram where we had a couple of discussions with key people, and I learned so much. I also made some great contacts. Sarah Carlson from Sweden, she's a former competitive curler, but now works for Curling Sweden. And she and I just started talking, and we realized, this is the time to make change. And we know curling really well, so let's make change in our sport. So we came together and came up with this initiative. And so far, it's just been an amazing journey. We're really trying to bring people together with this initiative. We have a couple webinars every month, and we're trying to raise awareness, create, conversation, dialogue, and just bring people together to create change in our sport.
Yeah, and you guys are having discussions, around the country, but, educating, awareness among, diversity, equity, inclusion is not just, say, race, skin tone. I mean, the way it transcends curling. Kind of give us a little bit more about, how you're trying to help educate and create awareness amongst our curling community from East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between.
Yeah, race is definitely a key topic of interest for us, but we've had webinars of all kinds. We just had a really successful panel, an LGBTQIA+ panel with Devin Huro, who you may know from Twitter. And John Schuster was on that panel as an ally for that community of people. And it was so great to have him come on and kind of say, his experiences from the past year and what he's learned. So that was a great, community of people that we reached out to and engaged with, and it was very successful.
Absolutely. And we really focused in bringing people together under the umbrella of this sport that we all love, that we're here for, that you are competing in and have done so for a long time. I mean, that is what the initiative is really kind of the heart of it, is to bring people together.
Yeah, and people have really reached out to us. There's a lot of researchers working on these issues in sport and in curling, and they've presented for us. And key people have reached out to us. They want to get involved. We've been talking to the WCF about some things that they could do differently. So we're trying to create a focal point for these changes and this movement, so that people know they can reach out to us, and we want to talk about this. We want to hear their story, and we want to make change.
And you mentioned to me before we came on camera that you've had some emerging nations and countries that are getting involved and they're gearing up and having curling in their countries, that have come to you guys and asked for some help and to talk to you guys.
Yeah, and that's something that's so great about curling right now, the different countries that are getting involved in the sport. And we had a panel with people from all over the world, and it was really interesting to hear their perspective and the issues that they face and the challenges that they come up against trying to get to the highest level of our sport. And so it was good to hear what they had to say, and we're definitely going to have more panels with people, but again, just a really good conversation about where we're at in curling and where we want to be.
It's a wonderful and needed initiative, and I think it's awesome that you've really taken this bull by the horns for something that is really desperately needed in our sport, and really excited for you. It's called the Global Initiative for DEI in Curling. tell everybody watching at home right now how they can get involved, especially following on social media, Twitter and Facebook, so they can get up to date with your email list and find out about upcoming webinars and stuff you guys are doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're a grassroots initiative, so you can find us on social media. And, we have our link to our newsletter on our social media too. So that's really where you get all the information about our upcoming webinars. You can also check us out on YouTube if you want to see any of our past webinars. And also feel free to just reach out to me on social media, and I'll gladly get you in touch with the people that you need to be in touch with and get involved.
That's right. The Global Initiative for DEI in Curling, started by Monica Walker and her passions to want to change and help our sport continue to grow. Monica, awesome job. Congratulations. And we want to see it flourish. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Mon. All right, back over to you guys, Dean and Richie.
Thank you, Price, and many thanks to Monica for her work on that. It's important. She's been a key ally as well of the USA Curling Icebreakers program that I might touch on a little bit later during this webcast. Getting back to fifth end action here, I'm joined once again by two-time national champion Rich Ruohonen. You'll see him skipping Team Ruohonen later on this next week, I guess this week now, in the men's nationals.
We don't need to move
and Rich also competed in the mixed doubles event here, making it to the final 8 before being eliminated. So we're back. It's a 4-4 game, Rich, and actually what looked like these young kids, Stopera and Bear, might be in some trouble early, down 3. They've rallied, and we're back to where we started.
Yeah, that's the thing about mixed doubles. If you just hang in there, get your 2 back, and they got the force and got the 2, and now we're in a tie ball game again.
Getting better. Go.
So great job by them, and also both teams this end, as you can see, taking a little bit more ice and ended up right under the center guard. So I think both teams probably at the break talked about it a little bit, made sure to take a little bit more ice.
Team PLYS, or Persinger PLYS, is coached by Sean Baton, and Stopera Bear Stopera is coached by Jordan Moulton. So they both have coaches on the ice, one at each end. That's Sean Baton back there with that mustache mask.
Doesn't need it.
And it, a lot of teams did not have coaches, but I'm sure both coaches probably had, noticed it and just making sure that they knew, hey, take a couple more inches here of ice. I'm guessing that both noticed it.
Yeah, I would imagine that did happen. I think the last 2 ends we've seen some fairly great curling as well. The shot making has been good the last couple ends, so I'm excited to see the last half of this game.
And there's Jordan there. Now the thing's up, but there's Jordan in the back.
Yes.
You can see. So she's the coach of Team Stopera and Bear.
Sean Baton, a former national champion with Brady Clark. Jordan Moulton, a longtime competitive player as well.
Halfway tight.
Okay, yeah, this one's hanging a bit. It got a little further out.
Tight. It's going to be okay. It's just a little tight.
Okay, it does need a curl still.
I'd like to finish it, but it's a little
Keep going.
heavy.
Oh, whoa, we're getting better though. It's a good spot, Andrew.
It made it there. Really hard, hard curl at the end.
I think at the end it was going more sideways than forward. Chris is going to hammer this.
Here comes another 6-second hit flying down the ice. This is Chris's bread and butter here.
Let's see what happens here. What kind of action do they get?
Sit.
Toss.
Not too bad of a shot.
Madison Bear would have trying to get that one out.
Probably.
And just having that little hanger that can come back to haunt you over there.
We're heavier.
Now that he's opened up the rings,
probably got to sweep it to tap
might
that
not think
yellow
a rock in the biting the 12-foot would come into play in mixed doubles, but with the
give us
rings
a little
opened
better
up,
angle.
there's a possibility it will.
Top 4 is good.
Almost opened up. Still a guard on the center line. Guess that's the rock that actually Chris threw.
Yep.
Dead nosed it.
That was a pretty good result, actually. On that, he got rid of both guards and hammered everything in there and kept that biter on the edge. And you never know; it could come into play.
Yeah, I don't think he could have got a much better result out of that shot. So here comes Andrew Stopera trying to answer.
Top 4 right now.
Line's really good.
Can't go much.
Okay, line's great.
I think it's real close.
Easy. Line's still good.
Top
Close.
4.
I like the line here. If anything, it's going to overcurl.
Don't want it to peek out too much. There, no, it's a really good shot.
Nice answer from Andrew Stopera.
Well, they can't guard both of them, right?
Yeah.
Like if we nut the run,
Okay.
they can't guard both.
Okay. You're right. Same turn.
Like they're either going to give us a shot at the double or
So
the
Chris
freeze,
PLYS
right?
throwing 3 runbacks in this end. That doesn't happen very
sliver
often in mixed
high.
doubles, but not everybody throws runbacks like Chris can.
He can make this pretty good. If he hits it just a little bit high and makes the double and stuffs it, it's pretty good. They'll be laying 3. So you're going to have him in a little trouble here.
It's a big shot. It's also one of these all or nothing runbacks, isn't it?
Yes, it
It's on its way. I don't think he took anything off it. It's close.
is. He's really close. Just over curled.
Oh.
Chris did not like that.
You can hear his reaction. He knows how close he was to a bonanza of sorts.
This one's
But
me, right?
now if Madison Bear can answer,
Yeah, same
duck
spot.
one around.
Let them play the run double if they want. I think if anything, you can show a piece on this right side.
Yeah.
But
So there's
then
a good
bury it
chance
and
to
fight the
steal.
button
If you
still
can
here.
wrap this around to the top button, like almost fully button, it's pretty good. But then they're probably going to be forced to throw that run back double, and if they make it, it's for 3. So
And if they miss it, though, it's they're giving up a steal, too.
Right.
So it's an exciting next couple of shots here. This is the kind of shot for someone who skips a lot, like Madison Bear. Should be in her wheelhouse, right?
yeah, it should be good. And she really
She just
only
made
has
it.
to be top 8 to get the force,
Right.
guaranteed. So she doesn't have to make this perfect. It'd be nice to be top button.
And a great draw on the last end for 2.
Felt light.
I don't think it's terrible, but
Okay, it definitely felt light. Line's good though. Good
Weight's real
curl.
close.
It's got a curl here. It's
Andrew
way
thinks
out.
the
Definitely
weight
needs a
is
curl.
close.
It's way out there, but it'll go.
Really needs a hook. Gotta go. Really hook it, Andrew. Go! Little more! More!
It's going sideways. The lean from Madison Bear, I think she buried just enough to make the double.
And I think they can make this. This is the same spot that Chris threw 2 ends ago where he over curled. So with like board, they could probably make this with like maybe control or heavy board. Now whether they can get it all the way out of the house with that, I don't know.
Yeah, move both far enough to score 3. That would be the question.
Looks like they can see about half, and you got to hit about probably 60% of it to have a chance, but to probably maybe even need a little more than that, 2/3. So. The way it curls, though, I think you could make this with like control weight.
Well, she's actually just throwing the out-turn draw, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought she was going to go for it for the 3.
We almost talked her into that
Yeah.
shot, Rich, but she's just throwing the out-turn draw.
Must not be there. Sometimes the camera angle is a little deceiving, and we're looking at it from the side too. So
easy for us up here.
Yeah.
Oh, that is there all day,
Yeah.
we're thinking. No,
this is probably a smarter call.
I would have to think this is. Keep the lead.
Go, 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 go. Come on, go.
Really close. Great shot by
Great
Vicky
sweep in,
Persinger to take 1. So Persinger PLYS will take a 5-4 lead into the 6th end in this championship final. Great game so far. We'll see you at the start of the 6th end.
USA Curling strives to keep members up to date with the latest news about the sport. In addition to 4 annual print editions of the US Curling News and 2 summer online-only bonus editions, check out USA Curling's popular Facebook and Twitter platforms to connect with fellow curlers and get up-to-the-minute announcements.
And we're back, and we've got a power play in the mix here. 6th end. Bear STOPERA has elected to use their power play, so they have a corner guard up with one of their rocks behind it versus the center line guard back of the 4-foot setup. See a lot of this in the 6th end, don't we, Rich?
Yeah, you want to make sure you use it because it's a big advantage. You can score 2 pretty easily with the power play. So, you want to make sure you use it, and if you wait past the 6, you might not get it.
Let's see what the Persinger Ply's answer to the power play is. Looks like they're playing with tick.
Yep.
Chip their own in towards the rings and roll out.
Yep, gotta go hard. Gotta go really hard. Yep. Hard! Hard!
This is curling really hard.
Roll it off.
See, I think she got trapped a little bit. Just it turned out fine though, but she hit it on the wrong side that she wasn't trying. But I think you go way out. Yeah, they had to go way out there, and I think you're a little fresher out there, and it seems to curl pretty good and be a lot slower out there.
There was a time before gentrification that we would call that the Brooklyn side, there, Rich. But doesn't really hold up anymore. But in terms of real estate, but nonetheless, they got the result they sort of wanted.
Yeah, she wanted to get it into tick it into the house, but she did get a
Okay,
guard out of it.
okay,
I think
well
you're all there.
Well then.
It's getting better, but still there.
Not yet, no.
So now they're going to go around this guard, but she looks a little heavy.
A little bit strong. It is trying to dig in here. Looks like it's going to slide a rock or so deep.
So now you'll probably just see a freeze by Chris PLYS here.
Chris will freeze on the rock that is in the 4-foot, directly behind the red guard, belonging to Persinger PLYS.
There's been some great curl in this last 2 ends. I mean, this is why these 2 teams are in the final. They're making a lot of shots.
Yeah, I mean, and there are, as we said in the break to each other, I mean, there are misses which you get in mixed doubles. You can't expect the shooting percentage to be as high, but there are some great makes after misses and been a lot of really clutch shot making as well.
Your judge. He's got a curl. Can't bounce on this line now.
This one needs to go a little bit. A little curl, I mean.
We'll definitely finish.
There it goes.
Gonna walk across here.
Really good shot.
Good sweep.
Pretty close to welded. Some people think that's even better than welded when you're like that.
It's like back line.
Same turn throw.
Yeah. Where did you take for your ice?
I was close to here.
And I think you're close to what you had is good.
So Andrew's gonna try to come down and just play like back 8, back line weight, tap it, sit on the corner, and leave his yellow back and change the angle, and it'll be in good shape if he makes it.
I'd like to unlock this yellow.
But leave your yellow in the back.
Yep.
Because that can be a counter for you.
A little bit of a wobble, unusual for Andrew
Probably
there.
just through. Weight's good.
Really running.
Make it a curl.
It's really, really running.
Weight's really good.
Andrew likes the
Always
weight.
curl.
Does have to move across.
Hard, hard, hard. Clip our yellow.
I think that might have...
It hit the yellow instead, I think. It's hard to see because Andrew was leaned over, but it looked like it just ticked the yellow.
Considering the weight was close, I have to believe that was a mistake on the ice.
Yeah, Andrew does throw it a little straighter than Maddie, and
He's a little more positive on the releases than Madison.
Yes, so might have got trapped just looking at what hers did, and
he did reference her shot from earlier when they put the brim down.
I didn't see what Chris called here. I assume he's gonna go to this backward maybe, try to get it out of the house. And stay.
Yeah, throwing board at
really
it.
Running.
Yep. One thing we did see this week a little bit is the more you sweep in the later ends, and that it does get a little straighter too. So I'm not surprised to see this in the 6th. That there was a few times where it got a little bit straighter, just you know, just I think a lot of sweeping.
Wouldn't mind throwing it just a touch harder too, so I don't even hate
We're
less.
seeing evidence of that right
like
here.
if we just
because
touch
now
the
all
guard
of a
and roll in
sudden
the rings, it's not the
rocks
end of the
aren't
world
curling
either.
quite as much as they expected. So I think that pattern you experienced might be holding true here as well. And Vandery's trying, I think, basically the same shot.
Yeah,
little more.
Same exact shot, but it looks a little heavier maybe.
He said a little more out of his hand.
Here.
He needs it to curl again.
Still always curl.
I don't think that's going to make enough of a move. So I think fooled twice on this path.
It was like hack. Did you get the long on
Yeah,
it?
That was a little heavy, and
I think he was looking for similar weight that he just threw, and he was a little up. If they really, you know,
The only thing that can hurt us
paper
is
the guard, they make that. Even if they chipped on the guard, that wouldn't have been terrible.
and he did say that. So you know, you got to play that tighter and make sure, because if he ticks that guard and rolls into the house, he's sitting okay. You know.
I said we were middle.
Well, he'll do that next week, Rich, with your veteran guidance.
Yeah, I would have taken a little less burn to make sure.
You see Phil Mickelson's win today as an omen for you.
Yeah.
You must be the oldest player in the field, aren't you, Rich?
I think so.
Yeah,
Where are
so
you?
you can take that as an omen.
Do it.
Oh no,
Hey,
Todd's
whoa.
here.
Oh yeah,
Todd's
Todd
saving
Bird.
me.
Sorry.
Mine's
Yeah.
Todd's saving me.
Mine's
Shout
trying.
out to Todd Bird for being older.
Just when I had said that everybody was making great shots, we saw like 3 misses in a row.
It's true.
So I think I jinxed everybody.
Probably not great.
Let's hear other.
Yeah, I mean it's run or we try to make this.
I don't mind
miss
that
it.
call actually.
Yeah, I don't mind the in-off
Nice
either.
one, make it.
I just wonder, as long as you don't hit that top red, you can just right on the
I like it
side.
if you
You'll
do.
be laying one.
Even if you just move this one enough.
Oh, that's what I don't think I'm gonna move it out of the rings. I just think
Just enough.
I kind of like this call.
Yeah, I like, as Andrew said, it's either that or the run, and I think this result is better than the run, even if you hit the run perfectly.
Yeah, I think it's gonna drag and leave the one no matter what, and that red's going into the side yellow. So
There's a good chance red will still be shot, even if this is executed well, but at least Madison Bear will have a better opportunity on her last.
they should be shot with the back yellow if they don't touch it. If they just touch that middle red and get it out of the 4-foot, they should be shot in the back yellow.
She's going to be moving.
And just throwing a 6-second hit here, 6.5, somewhere in there.
Shoot.
Little, sounds like it's a little thin maybe. Oop. Yeah, stuffed it on their own.
Might be.
Might be 2 reds now.
I can't tell if it's 2 reds or if it's if they did squeeze in there for third shot with that yellow.
And that's something you see in mixed doubles right there. Like if maybe if you had sweepers on that and you could hit it right away, you could still make it, but you aren't catching up to that one and getting more than a couple licks maybe in. So
I don't really like that.
I don't like that.
I think we just throw it here.
Okay.
Like right here.
Yep.
So Chris PLYS indicating that he would like it to be top 12, just to the right of the center line.
yeah, you can afford to be actually almost on that G in the U.S. curling, because they can't draw through there with how it's curling and you know,
even
end up on the button. So you can almost just leave them a hole. Now, granted, they could probably play a little like back liner and try to sneak through there and come off those 2 reds, but that's a tough shot.
Yeah.
I think you want them throwing that against 2.
Yeah, make them throw that or force them to go wide with the out turn. Either one is a good result. And as Chris just said there, it's okay if Vicky is short of the rings. She's tight. Top 12 is great, but not essential.
I mean, I think the mistake that's made here a lot by, you know, club curlers and stuff is they think they have to absolutely guard the center line, and then you leave that draw of the button open. And so what you want to do is just, you want this out a foot off the center line.
Gotta finish.
At least
point.
6 inches.
Yep.
Like, I think that's plenty right there.
Yep.
It's in line with the G.
It's good.
Maybe even.
It's really good.
So she's going to go wide with the out turn. It's always a little scary when you have to go this wide late in the game.
It's good.
I mean, I think if you play the in turn, you're going to not get enough of the button to.
Right, you over curl. You'd have to just
overcurl.
miss that top rock and you're still going to over curl, I think. So this is the only way you can make it. And that's why you wanted that guard right where it is. You could even been 2 more inches 3 more inches to the right probably, and it would have been tough. But maybe then they throw that back liner through the hole. But this is pretty well placed guard actually. You'd like it in the same spot, 4 feet closer though, because then it makes it even harder to get around to the button. Because the way this curls here, this is up pretty far. You can get to the button pretty easily, I think.
It's a little more of a guess because they're this wide, but we'll see how the rock carries.
No, it's not bad.
Yep,
Okay, room.
This is the last shot of the end of the power play, and
Madison Bear trying to draw. She needs a little piece of the button to score 1.
Needs to curl.
She is starting to walk across. She's close. She's close. Got to go a little bit more.
Oh, really well thrown. Just needed a little more curl.
Cut them to 1, though. I mean, they may have been long 2. I think they were, but that means at the end of the 6th end, it is 6-4. Persinger PLYS. Bear STOPERA will have last rock when we return for the 7th end.
Check out this one. Long hair, loves to hike and plays frisbee.
What is he, a Labrador?
So should I meet him?
You're not that adventurous.
Yes, I am. Try me.
Okay. Jump into that lake.
I'll do it.
Let's all do it. I'm in. This is crazy. You coming?
Seriously? It is way too comfortable in here.
It's freezing.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota, let's go places.
We're back in the championship game of the 2021 Mixed Doubles Nationals. The score is 6-4 for Vicky Persinger and Chris PLYS over Madison Bear and Andrew STOPERA. That was a big steal there. Madison Bear almost made the terrific shot to get enough of the button to score 1, but now Persinger PLYS has a 2-point lead heading into the 7th end. Interesting to note that Persinger PLYS, they still have their power play to use as well, so they could use that in the 8th end. They could find themselves playing the 8th end tied and able to use the power play.
Yeah, they're in a pretty dominant position here. Like, because even if they do score
at the end, if you can't,
here,
really need to
steal somehow, they're going to be up 3 or more, right? And if they don't, they use the power play. So even if they give up a 2 here, they'll have the power play coming home with no rocks in front to start.
Just covering the pinhole.
Really good position right now for
If you can move it, it's good.
Yeah, just intern. It'll
Bear
curl here.
STOPERA just a little unlucky in that last end with a couple shots that were weight sensitive and slid by and then missed that in off, but they've been playing awfully well, so let's see what they can manufacture here. Of course, they'd love to get them in trouble early in this end and maybe manufacture more than a 2.
Okay, it's a little good right now. Whoa.
Seen 1-3 in this game, but it was a
back 4.
Persinger
Oh,
PLYS.
whoa then.
She's heavy.
Oh, it's getting better. It's just
No, it's got to curl a mile.
yeah, it's heavy.
Must be heavy when it's not curling like that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Really good weight, just
intern freeze.
On
our own?
Maybe we are seeing it straighten out a little bit here.
Yeah.
Some misses. It was curling so hard.
I think we
and
just
now
weld
maybe
the
it's just
nose
straightening
of
out
our
a
own.
little.
You're like middle, edge 8.
I took edge of 8.
This is when Madison Bear and Andrew STOPERA have to take a breath and remind themselves that the game is still within their grasp. It can be tricky sometimes in curling to maintain your focus when you feel as though momentum is going against you.
I think this is there.
Got a lot of room right now.
Okay, don't really want to.
I think Chris is just trying to play basically a freeze here. He looks a little heavy.
Still got lots of room.
I don't think
Really
Andrew
trying.
and Maddie mind if this yellow gets bumped back a little bit.
No, at this point.
Okay.
Okay, pretty good shot by Chris. They got both angles pretty good on them here.
Maybe freeze in here?
Yeah, can do that.
I don't think it's bad. Might get some action. I think that's the call.
Okay.
I think Andrew's doing the calculus of how to manufacture a 2 or more out of this situation.
I'd be tempted to just bump the one on the left just a little bit, unlock those 2, and sit right on top of that red angled for the double. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an interesting call.
Line's good though.
Because this, even if yellows make this super
Close.
good, Chris is probably just hammering the outside of this red.
It's getting better. Tiny bump still.
And
Close.
both
Yep.
yellows are going to go flying out.
Whoa.
Little bump.
I'm not saying this is a bad call. I mean, it's the other call. That's the 2 calls you have here. But I feel like Chris is now just going to hammer this red one, and both yellows are gone.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you could
smash the red.
That's what he's saying.
Do you want to talk about this for a minute?
I think the 2 yellows are gone for sure, and the 1 is probably going to drag it actually because they're touching, and it might just miss the other yellow.
So your thought on the last call was to play to the nose of this red over here, so you might have that slash double.
Right, like I was thinking right where Chris's broom was, this top red, that he just bumps it and unlocks it, pushes it to the 8, but sit right on it so that you could, because that yellow rock wouldn't be there, right? So then you have the nose double on that one, and all your rocks are hanging around. So I felt like that might have been a better call.
So they didn't take a timeout. They thought they might take a moment. I thought they might call a timeout, but
Yeah, the side might be curving.
What'd you have on his?
I think when you're up 2, you just need to eliminate rocks here and throw this bomb. Chris is good at it, and I think that's what he's decided to do.
I don't think so.
No, he
he's
didn't.
throwing the original draw
Okay.
call.
All right.
I'm with you here. I think that might have been the play.
It's really running, Vicky.
Of course, we're in here, Rich. They're out there, so.
It's to it.
Okay, line's starting to get good. Straight.
Looks like plenty of weight.
Hard. Come on.
Perfect. Good job.
Not bad. Now he can play it on the next time, and he's looking real good.
That
So
goes
that's
back to
not
the
a
old
terrible
story
call.
of
Yeah.
execution makes any call look pretty good, doesn't it? Almost any call.
Yeah, like how do they? I mean, that is a really good call too. And now they're in total control. So if you were you couldn't place that much better, to be honest.
Yeah, just
for one,
you know.
I think.
Now you have to play the shot that I called last time. I think. Just have to tap that on the nose and hope you have something after.
Yeah, I think it's that call where
Yeah.
you turn off the lights and rearrange the rocks.
Yes.
We do this. Like we have to
Because
stay
otherwise
pretty
he's
close
going to do it.
nose, lined up, so like he may just send it in there anyway and pick our yellow right off the button. It's
Right.
not an issue.
This is.
I mean, if we know what happens if we nose it.
I like it, Andrew. Nose tap is your best.
Try to stay right there.
Or even nose hit. You might have to just get that
That might be
yellow out of the way.
Call. Just have this. You almost want this to roll in a little bit.
Right. Jingle them around.
And just keep us lined up so he can't.
You just want to play board?
No, I like less than that.
Oh wait.
Like back line.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, that's the call. I think that's all you really have. That's why I feel like if he would have done that last time, that's a shot that I called last time, then he's sitting in a little bit better position here. But Chris made a beauty there. I mean,
He really did. I mean, you're right. I mean, the more conservative play would have been the call we discussed.
Yeah.
But when you make it that good, now.
I probably would have played the more conservative one on that up too, but
Playing the scoreboard.
look what he made. It's
Exactly.
tough for Andrew now.
Now we'll see if Andrew can
Probably a little heavy.
get right to nose here.
Okay, line's
bad.
good though.
Not bad.
Close, yep.
He does have to get tight to the guard.
Do it.
Just by
He needs
maybe
to
a
move it.
fraction light. Oh,
I don't know how they're going to score here. More than one. I mean,
how they're going to score more than one certainly seems difficult.
I think you just guard, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that you can play for a steal here, and you might actually make it easier for them to score two. Right now, I see no easy route to score two for Bear STOPERA.
think he is throwing the guard.
Might be really fresh out here, so just be careful.
How's line?
Line's good. Where?
Really high.
Okay.
2.
She's gonna have to curl.
2.
Okay, keep going.
She's going to want to take it as far as she can to get it to curl
A
across.
little bit more.
Walk it across here. I think it's going to be good enough.
Good.
Really well swept.
Well swept. Good communication about what the path might be like.
Might give us a chance
Well,
to score more than one, I'm saying.
yeah. I don't know if I have enough to hit with PL, to be honest, but we can try it. I mean,
So she's talking about just trying to
call timeout too. I
piece
don't
that
hate it.
top
I
red
don't know what
into
else
the
to
other
play, though.
red
I
and
guess
change
let's
the
play
angle
Do you have
a
a piece
little.
of it?
I don't know.
Got to make sure you don't pick your own yellow out of there too.
I mean, there's another calculus to put in here where if you take one this end, you still have a chance
Yeah.
to win the game.
You do.
We see plenty of
Yeah, I
steals
do.
in mixed doubles, so you still have a chance. You'll be up against a power play, but you're going to have to steal the win no matter what, right?
Yep. So he is trying to just piece that red. I hope he moves it. It's close.
It's really close.
Oh, just grazed the top.
Let's try it.
Guard. Yep, I don't think Chris and Vicky have anything,
That's right here.
nor do they really care. Just guard it.
Guard and force them to one. I don't see any way that PERSINGER scores more than one here, but I think if you were their coach, you'd be telling them, well, you were going to have to steal one to win. Now you have to steal one twice or steal two coming home.
The hardest one is going to be with the power play against the power play. But,
I think middle
but we
12,
did that.
like,
I think
just
Jamie
a-
and I stole 2 or 3 power plays this week. So
We're just trying to.
And
I think
PERSINGER
2.
PLYS still on the power play in this very game, so
Yep. So it's possible.
definitely possible. Vicky PERSINGER thinking there might be something under it. That's what I usually say, Rich, when I turn it in. Say there might be something under it.
Actually, it needs to curl to the center line.
And then
Yeah, you always used to say that after your shot and stopped.
yeah, after it stopped, I said I think there's something under that. Yeah, that's a crafty veteran move.
When the skip yells sweep right away and you go, I think it picked.
Definitely picked, even though my wrist is
I don't see
broken
anything.
from turning it in so
Okay.
badly.
I don't see anything.
Nah, just throw it away.
They're going to throw this one away. I don't see
choice.
any way to get in there for one thing. They're pretty good on time, but you might want to be quick with this one just to make sure you have all the time you need.
Yeah, we got 3:37 and 2:53 left. 2:53 for Stopera and Bear.
So they're going to bring out a crew to clean off all the rocks in the rings. And as they do that, we'll give you the score here. It's now 6-5 PERSINGER PLYS over Bear Stopera. Look for PERSINGER PLYS to use their power play in the 8th and possibly final end as Bear Stopera try to steal their way to a championship.
Oh, great. The show's starting.
Come on, just trust me.
Oh, trust you, like with the dollar oysters.
I don't think those were oysters.
You survived, so
Wait, we can't go that way.
watch this. They'll think we're VIP. Wow, he does think we're VIP. And backstage. Trust me now?
I never doubted you. I did for a second, but it's gone now. I trust
The
you.
all-new Sienna. Toyota, let's go places.
So we're into the 8th end here.
Just gotta throw that
Championship game of
right
the
center.
2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles Nationals. Chris PLYS and Vicky PERSINGER have elected, of course, as we expected, to use their power play here. So that we're set up with corner guards. Andrew Stopera and Madison Barron need to
Right.
steal their
Place it
way
good.
to a victory here.
Yeah, and they're gonna probably throw center guard here. I don't think in mixed doubles you can throw 2 guards very often, especially if you're playing against somebody like
Quite tight
Chris,
yet.
who if he makes a double peel,
No, it's not bad.
you're done. So when it's his turn, so I think you throw one up
Running
here.
good.
Try to get it 3-4 feet out of the house. It can't be super high because then you can't really use it with the way the ice is curling. So
Just to remind viewers who are unfamiliar or less familiar with the mixed doubles format, you
Really good
cannot
sweep,
remove
Andrew.
an
Way to be on
opponent's
it right
stone
away.
until the 4th stone of the end.
Yeah.
So that would be
Like just
Chris's
sock
first
set a little
shot.
bit.
So that's why I don't think you can afford to throw 2 guards. Now they're probably going to play a tick here just to keep the middle open for Vicky's last shot.
Tick shot, of course, we've seen used so frequently now in traditional curling.
Easy, easy. Gotta curl. Close. Yep. Yep. Hard.
She's close to nose here, so it's either going to knock it through but they'll leave a guard.
Is disastrous.
And
Ooh.
Vicky not happy with that.
Okay.
I don't know if it's quite disastrous because of how far it went.
Still, you would prefer not to do that.
It clearly fell into the suboptimal department.
Top
Yes.
button.
Definitely in the suboptimal department. Now here comes Andrew Stopera. He'll try to wrap one around here.
And this one's you got to make this one good. This needs to
it's
be
there right now.
this needs to be
Okay,
top
line's
button,
good.
edge of
Don't want to go
4.
much.
Andrew thinks it's a touch heavy. He doesn't
Getting
want to
better.
sweep it yet. He
Okay,
thinks
line's
it's getting
still really
better
good.
now.
There it goes. Easy.
Now he's got to finish
Easy.
it. He looks like he has a pretty
Looks
good
really
one.
good. That's exactly where you
Nice
want
throw,
it.
Andrew.
Couldn't have
14-8.
hand placed it much better.
Really a nice
Hi,
shot by
Andrew.
Andrew Stopera. So now we'll start to
Touch
get
more.
peels and runs. I think Chris will play a straight peel here. That wasn't his best looking slide, Rich.
No, seemed a little bit had the winger going on the foot
Yeah,
there.
Had a little,
Sorry, guys.
and with the awkward slide and the pick of the rock in the rings, Chris PLYS
thing,
does
Andrew.
what elite curlers do everywhere and apologizes.
Yep. That was not his plan. They were just going to peel, but I kind of think that was the call because it was so perfect.
Right.
It was right on the button, and now I suppose he thinks that Vicky could dig one out later, but with that other back yellow, they have to stay on her last shot again. So.
And now because he replaced the guard, it's 1 rock higher.
I think it's pretty close again.
Okay.
Andrew likes it, weight-wise.
Maybe a little harder than the last.
A little
All right,
higher
you got a
than
little
the
bit
last.
more room on
so
this one. Not too much, but a little.
Weight's close.
Line's good.
the weight's close. Going to try to finish it, I imagine.
All the way, Andrew.
Pretty good again.
Almost like to leave it
Curl,
slightly
curl.
different spot this time.
Oh, it just died.
A little bit short.
Good sweep.
Shoot.
Now they can afford to just rip if they
shooter.
want to.
Okay.
But I think you still can play the run here because now you got a better angle at it. You can cross and get them all here.
I think that's what Chris is looking at.
Yeah. A touch more.
It is sort of just half under that one.
Even if you just get the top 2, that's pretty good for PLYS and Persinger. No over curl.
Okay.
Curl too much, and now it's getting interesting.
Yeah, we
So
can.
now the question is, you got 2 rocks left each.
Pretty sure it's a guard, though.
I think you got to throw another guard
Let's see what they
because
think.
you're leaving Chris a triple if you come in. Chris can make.
So
He just
little less
doubles
ice
off
here?
the top 2 if you come in right now and
No, I think
you're
similar
done.
is
So
fine.
I think you have to guard your one that's in the top 12.
I did see Andrew touch the button area, but I'm pretty confident he's throwing a guard here.
Yeah, he said we could. I think he said we could go here and then there wouldn't be a triple. But even if he rips the top, just doubles them out, you're not going to be sitting real good. So you have to throw a guard here, right in front of your yellow. You don't want to give him that same slash that he just missed.
course, the rock in the top 8 foot could turn into a guard eventually in this end as well. So.
Yeah, that will be the one you draw around on your next one, but I think you need to throw the guard here. And then there's going to be a question about whether Chris and
Line's
thinks
really
it's
good.
better to just beat him under.
Halfway. His weight's good.
Okay, easy. You might need to curl it here. It's
Okay,
going.
let me know. Wait,
Go ahead.
Wait, just halfway.
No, easy. You're good.
A little high.
Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going.
A little high is better than too tight.
Nice throw, Andrew.
I think you still maybe take a run at it, but it's a question. You could freeze on the back one. It's not a terrible call.
We could just pick it.
Well, I like sitting. Oh,
Actually,
that's true.
I think we just peel this. And then if she makes it, I mean, she's got to absolutely dead bury it for us not to be able to pick it.
Yeah, it's a good call, Chris.
Yeah,
they called timeout here.
We'll have a
Sean
piece
Bates
If I don't
come
make
out.
contact and they make it really, they make this tap like dead perfect, or they show us just a bit, I mean, she's got a tough shot
I like hitting this.
against the loss.
Because even if she comes down or tries to hit and roll, I'm going to have most of the forefoot. You know what I mean?
Like if we do this, that's fine, but she has to be absolutely dead perfect full 4 buried. Otherwise we just pick it.
So, do you like sitting or do you like peeling this?
I think I think we just nose it. Or roll a tiny bit, but
The issue is what if she comes around the outturn, right?
yeah, that's fine. But then we have the in-turn to the pin.
In-turn draw.
Okay, as long as the intern is there.
It's there.
I think it's there. I feel good about it.
So I think we just nose this. That takes away as much of the forefoot as she can possibly use.
Yeah, or maybe
Or just like roll a tiny
Slight
bit,
roll,
but I mean, I'd like to kill some of the forefoot just so it's a little bit, have to be a little bit more precise. And I'm thinking like control.
I think it's going to curl though.
Great
Or like just like
conversation
board.
there. What Chris is saying is if he hits and just rolls a little to the left, he makes Maddie make a tougher shot. Because
Like board?
she could be full 8 and that rock would outcount it. So it makes her have to be in the forefoot.
Have to be dead buried
Yeah.
so they
This is where
can't.
mine went nuts.
And I think this is a good
Like,
call
just
because
edge of
you're
4,
making them,
nice-
you're up
nice
1.
good board.
So even if she makes it absolutely perfect, you still will have a chance to draw the pin. And if she leaves a piece, you pick it for the win because you got the power play, rock in the house on the left there for counter. Now, if this yellow one in the top of the house was just a little bit further, then there'd be a little bit more of a risk here.
And you prefer this over running the guard?
I think so, because all you'd be doing is picking off that guard anyway.
Right.
And you're still you're in the same position. You can't throw a triple, so on your last one. So I think this is the call for sure.
So control weight hit on the rock that's in the back of the 8 foot.
Go ahead.
Chris is pretty comfortable nosing
Oh,
it.
oh! Go ahead, yep.
There a bit.
Yeah, so he makes a good shot. And now what he meant by narrowing down the forefoot is if Maddie comes around but she's light and doesn't get to the 4, she's at least got to hit almost full 4 now, over half.
use it. Yeah.
So
I
we're
don't
a few
think there's
times
really
now.
much of a discussion.
And they called timeout too, but they know what they're throwing.
I think we're good.
They have
We've thrown it a
plenty
few
of time,
times.
but they did call a timeout.
Just how we call it because we can.
Might as well take some time.
So I think she's going to throw the outturn around because
That'll
that
mix
way
it.
they have no pick because they
Yeah,
go
it would
into the
jam
back
on the
one.
red.
It's a
And
little
Vicky
tougher
said
shot.
she felt good. I think it's a good call to play the outing. Vicky said she felt good about the in-turn draw, but
I
they
think it might
will
be a hair
leave
stiff. I'm
take
going to be
away
a little
this,
further
the
out.
pick for the win
When
here.
you threw it,
I just want to grab a piece of the
That's why
button there
this
back
is a
forward, like very
smart
back forward.
call because she's going to throw the outturn around and then there won't be that pick that we
Right.
had talked about because it's probably set up for the jam on the back red. So
You're
good
right,
call
it's a
here.
little bit tougher come around than the in-turn, but
Yeah.
and then I think if she makes this perfectly, we can expect Vicky Persinger to play the in-turn draw.
close. Might have to go a little bit
But
early.
because of that shot, she also won't be drawing against the loss. She'll be drawing against the
Yes.
tie.
Line.
Weight's close.
Line's good.
Looks really close. I got a
Does look
15
close.
on it, so
Stay
he's
on
going to
it,
have to
go.
go.
To get it by Andrew Stopera working hard. Looks like he'll come up just short, and that will be the end of the game. A score of 1 for PERSINGER PLYS. They are your 2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles Nationals champions.
Good game.
Vicky Persinger and Greg PLYS. A great effort by Madison Bear and Andrew Stopera. A great week. All of them, both teams here are now qualified for the Olympic team trials for mixed doubles curling in 2021. So excellent effort all around. We are going to have a medal ceremony here, some presentation of medals by USA Curling CEO Jeff Plush. He's out there in I think in leather-soled shoes, but we hope he can handle it. They'll take care of some things at the back there. There's Jeff Plush, the USCA CEO, and he's in front of the medals and the roses that are here for the winners. It will be a quick ceremony with the COVID protocols in place. All right, we're going to go down to Price Atkinson, who's going to have a quick conversation with, looks like he's trying to gather up Chris PLYS
That's
and
not
Vicky
easy
Persinger.
sometimes.
Yes, PLYS easily distracted, but here's let's go to Price Atkinson, and he's next to Vicky Persinger.
All right, Vicky, Chris, congratulations, U.S. National Champions. Guys, it's been a heck of a week. Vicky, last time you were a U.S. National Champion, it's been a couple years, but you're back on top, and I got you to smile. I knew it.
Thank you. Yeah, no, they played a really great game, and thought we both made some good shots on both sides. So, yeah, I thought it was a good game.
Christopher, you've obviously had a roller coaster of the last few weeks. You guys, up in Calgary at the Men's World Championship, but you get to cap off this crazy nutty year, a winner.
Yeah, it feels good. It was unfortunate the way that it all unfolded up in Calgary, so it was nice to kind of come back and have some success this week.
What about it, obviously going in springboard, going into next week? Clearly, it's a totally different game, men's and women's, but still, to get that kind of momentum, you feeling good playing to get, playing as an individual and as a team, you got to feel good now setting the table for this next week.
Yeah, I definitely struggled quite a bit this week, and Chris carried me more than a couple times. So I'm glad that we got to play this event before going into women's, and I'm excited.
Chris?
I'm excited to go home.
You're making the 4-hour drive back to Duluth literally here in a couple hours.
Yeah, no, just get home and see the lady and the dogs and cats and not be in a hotel room anymore. I'm just going to feel nice.
Shout out to family, friends in Duluth, and obviously tons of people watching back in Alaska.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
All right, guys, congratulations. U.S. National Champions, mixed doubles. We got the award ceremony coming up over here very quickly. Don't go anywhere. Guys, we'll send it back up to you real quick, Dean.
Yeah, Chris PLYS, just for people who aren't aware, was in the bubble in Calgary in the World Championships where they secured a spot on the men's side for the Olympic Games. So that was a terrific effort. That's what he's referring to. His team, Team Schuster, will not be here this week in the Nationals, but that's why he's headed home. So he spent more time in the bubble than most. Really, I think these were the two best teams all week in my mind, Rich. What I saw here, they looked like the most consistent. And I think in the final game, we saw just a couple breaks go against Stopera and Bear, but well-played game. Interesting to watch. And, I think it's nice to see a bit of young and a bit of veteran here, I guess, in the final.
Yeah, it was a good final, too. A lot of great shots, and they other than the one end where there was a few misses, most of the time it was a lot of made shots. So great game to watch, and exciting finish, and they're going to do the medal ceremony now.
Players are making their way over towards Jeff. Jeff has medals. He'd really love to give them away, Andrew. You're going to have to make your way over there. Andrew's getting his jacket, and I think Jeff is eager to give out some medals. So he's got the silver medal here for Andrew and Madison.
Hopefully this keeps Andrew hungry for this week then.
Yes, as we mentioned earlier, Andrew will be playing with Rich Ruinen this week.
You don't want to have two silver medals in the same week.
You might want to remind him of that, Rich, So as you get underway. So congratulations in order for Madison Bear and Andrew Stopera, your 2021 USA Curling Mixed Doubles runner-ups. Yeah, the
good
Thunderous,
job, guys.
Yeah, very good, really good work. Two great young curlers in our program and in the United States, and nice to see them have some success this week. And now I believe Jeff Plush is going to bring over our champions. The champions, Chris PLYS and Vicky Persinger, coached by Sean Baton. I should add that Bear and Stopera are coached by Jordan Moulton.
And I think the Coach of the Year battle just went to Baton because they were both vying for it. But Baton's now in the lead.
So you don't think Pete Annis, your coach, has a chance this coming week?
No, he does. I just said in the running.
Oh,
right
he's in
now.
the running,
so,
yes.
Yeah, they are in the running, and Sean's leaving. So Jordan's got 2 teams. So depending on how they do, how Maddie's team does in the women's, who knows? She could jump right back into the front.
There you go. There are our 2021 Mixed Doubles Nationals champions, Vicky Persinger and Chris PLYS. They're going to bring their coach in. Chris will go home to Duluth and give those roses to his lady and tell her that she just stopped on the way home. We're always thinking here at USA Curling. Lots of preparation goes into this event, and wanted to make in case it was PLYS, he can look good going home now. One more picture here with USA Curling CEO Jeff Plush and our 2021 Mixed Doubles Nationals champions.
Chris is finally going to have some roses to give Alyssa. So
there you go.
He wouldn't have done that on his own. So
well, we
sorry,
take care
Alyssa.
of him. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks very much for watching the web stream through this Mixed Doubles Nationals playoffs, and we look forward to seeing you next week starting Tuesday with the men's and women's nationals getting underway at the same venue here in Wausau, Wisconsin.